Tom Governale of the Bradley Beach Business Community Alliance and Keller Williams Realty Ocean Living present 10 with Tom. 10 questions with Bradley Beach business owners. The Bradley Beach Business Community Alliance brings business, community, and municipality together to enhance the lives of both residents and visitors as a partnership between all.
Welcome back. Another edition of 10 with Tom. You know where you are right now? You're in the right place. Because we're at Josie's Good Eats with owner Joseph Hand.
How we doing?
All right.
Nice to meet you.
We're calling you Joe, Joseph, Josie.
Joe's fine.
Joe's fine. All right. Well, Joe is fine, and so is this place. Been here a couple times now, and yeah, you are in the right place. Time with Tom. Let's get to the questions right now. Joseph, why would you start a restaurant?
So I have about 12 years of professional cooking way back in my past.
Mm-hmm.
I changed careers completely and always wanted to come back. I didn't necessarily want to open up a very large type of restaurant. I wanted something a little scaled back, something I can do what I want to do, have some fun, make great food, and kind of not work as hard as I would in a full-scale restaurant.
Well, so you're working hard though here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
These guys are hustling, but to our benefit, because it's fantastic, and we'll get to that in a second about how fantastic some of these things are. Why should someone come here to Josie's?
So when we created the menu, we kind of based it on like what I've been feeding myself and my wife for the last 30 years, right? She's gone through pretty much every kind of food phase. So it really kind of rang true. If you go to a restaurant, you can't necessarily feed a group of people, right? Somebody's always a vegetarian or a vegan. Somebody always likes that, extra fattening, juicy sandwich. Somebody wants something a little lighter. And anywhere you go, it's kind of difficult. You can find something for mostly everybody, but it's tough to please everybody, right? So we wanted to create a menu that had something for everybody. Right, so we have, the bases covered from gluten-free to vegetarian to vegan food to completely in the opposite direction, right? So like for our new breakfast we just started, you can get yourself that avocado toast, or you can get something we call the triple bypass, which is,
I'm listening.
Which is sausage, pork roll, bacon, eggs, cheese on a giant, sub roll. It's working, right? If a typical doctor's office calls, again, they're, somebody from every walk of life is in that office with every taste, and they can find something, and not just something really good, right? That was, mainly the gist of the menu. Why we
something for everybody.
Something for everybody.
Wow, that's great, and high quality as well. What is your biggest seller, if you had to say that most people are going to get around here?
So one of our biggest sellers in the sandwich space is
Somebody stop him.
We have a sandwich called a turkey bacon avocado. It's
sorry, what?
A turkey with bacon, avocado, arugula, and a homemade roasted garlic and herb mayonnaise.
Those are 5 or 6 of my favorite things. Wow, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, no, it is. It's one of our number one sellers. Really? Another one is like the classic Italian sub, or any of our sandwiches that have fresh mozzarella, or fresh mozz as we call it here, and our roasted peppers, right? Which we roast here. We go through 4 or 5 cases of peppers.
You roast your peppers here?
Here, yes.
Yeah.
We don't open a can for anything.
So. Nice.
Right. Yep. Fresh, because it's fresh. Which might be one of the words that we come up with here, because if you had to interview someone who was, say, your top customer, what words would they use to describe this place?
So they would say everything is fresh, everything is delicious.
Fresh.
The one thing that I even kind of looked into before I came here, what makes the sandwich? The obvious answer is the bread, right? So we have probably the best bread in Monmouth County, right? We bake it here. It's home baked. It's absolutely fantastic. Crusty on the outside, soft and gooey on the inside. It makes an amazing sandwich.
So there was a place here a few years ago called Tuscany.
Yep.
Bistro, Tuscany. And I thought it had the best bread around. And it did. It was fantastic.
Yes.
And other people have come around. Another place was even here before you, saying the bread was good, and it was fine. And then this guy comes in, and what'd you do?
We bought
the recipe.
We bought the recipe. You don't mess with something good. That's what it comes down to.
And I was doubting Thomas, and you proved me wrong. It is fantastic. I mean, it's everything you said. A little crispy, a little gooey, and soft. Oh, fantastic! So the guy comes in and he realizes what works, and here we are. Biggest challenges. There's got to be challenges. Opening a place, staying open, staying profitable. What are your biggest challenges?
So obviously, staying profitable is always a challenge, right? We're in a beach town, so the off season is a tough time to get through.
And you made it through.
We made it. We're here on the other side of it. It was our first. We are staring down the barrel of a very busy summer. We haven't had employee challenges like a lot of places have had. People that are here have been here from the beginning. It's a lot of family that we have. And the environment is great, except, people are still a little gun shy with COVID and everything else. Our model is very simple. We are a takeout only restaurant, and restaurants that did well during the pandemic were takeout restaurants.
Yeah.
So, and it's not something that goes away. So.
Do you deliver to the beach?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We deliver to the
Hey,
beach.
come on now. Fantastic. All right. Changes for the coming year. You've done a bunch of things that are working. Maybe some things aren't working. Who knows? What are you going to change over the next year?
So we actually just added breakfast about a month or so ago. So that's new. Today we only do it on weekends, but possibly we may expand that, depending on the fact that there's going to be probably 30,000 21-year-olds within a 5-mile radius, and a lot of them will wake up in need of something sturdy for breakfast. And there's not a ton of options at the shore. And then we've also been toying with the idea of opening later on weekends, right? Because again, it's this is a transient business in the summertime, and we want to try and capture as much of that as possible. Other than that, our formula, our recipes, everything else is working. We will continue to innovate. We will continue to experiment and come up with some new and interesting, different combinations of things. And we run specials all the time.
Well, that brings you to the next question: is where do you get your ideas from? Your creativity. Where's that come from?
Sure. So again, I spent a lot of time in the business, and I worked with some amazing chefs. Probably one of the most well-read chefs who knew every little nuance about food and pairing and combinations and what works and what doesn't, what goes together. And my other inspiration is my wife. She comes home and says, "I'd like this," and I kind of take the idea and run with it, and all of a sudden we have something new and exciting.
All right.
So,
very nice. Keep it close to home there. I like it.
Exactly.
Bradley Beach. What do you like most about Bradley Beach?
The people.
Oh, hey, I'm one of them.
Yep.
Me.
No. The people of Bradley have welcomed us with open arms, and I can't say enough nice things about them. They've stuck with us through the winter. I know they're going to be back here all summer long, enjoying what the town has to offer, and hopefully we're one of those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we feel as though we are now a part of a real community here.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the biggest part. Being a part of the community.
Consistent with a lot of the other business owners that we've been talking to. It's just the people here in the town. It's such a great environment.
Yep.
Question number 9, I believe. Advice. What would you give? What kind of advice would you give to someone that was, say, opening up a place in Bradley Beach or opening up a restaurant?
Probably make sure you're well funded, right? You have to be well funded, ready to kind of, withstand time, right? That's what it comes down to. We are, like I said, looking down, summer coming at us, and it's going to be the busiest time for us for the year. I think, we're gonna do very well this summer, and I just think that it takes a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort to put into it, and you got to do something unique. You can't do what everybody else does, right?
Very good point. Very good point. We're talking to a lot of different owners here, and everyone's got a little different twist on something.
Yeah.
You have kind of I don't want to say traditional, but these sandwiches. You look at. Okay, so it's a turkey sandwich, but they've got a nice twist to it. There's different freshness to it. There's avocado. There's different things going on here.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. I like that. All right. One last thing. What what would there be kind of a special, something we need to know about Josie's or about maybe one of the sandwiches or something that someone might not know right now?
Sure.
You can let them in on.
So everything we do here, 100% of what we do here is homemade.
Homemade?
So even if you come in for something like chicken wings, we make that chicken wing sauce. It's been my secret recipe for probably about 35 years.
Come on now.
Seriously. The other thing is we'll ask you, do you want ranch or blue cheese dressing to go with that to dip them in? We make that ranch dressing and we make that blue cheese dressing here, just like everything else we do. From the roasting of our own peppers to every sauce, every soup, everything is 100% homemade. We don't use any kind of like additives or bases or weird stuff. Again, everything is 100%. No weird stuff. Everything's natural. Everything's fresh. Everything is delicious.
All right.
So,
well, I do have some experience with this place, and I do like it. I've never had the turkey and avocado, and what else is in there? Bacon?
Bacon, arugula, and it has a homemade roasted garlic and herb mayonnaise. I happen to have one right here, as a matter of fact.
Best part of the job. Oh, hello. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, come on now. Right? Yeah. That's a beauty. You going to join me?
I'm all right now. I actually ate just before you got here,
all right.
Unfortunately.
Well, let's put this to the test, okay?
There you go.
This is 10 with Tom at Josie's Good Eats on 312, is it?
314.
314 Main Street here in Bradley Beach. It's on the block where Darcy's is, so you probably know. You probably passed it a million times. Now you know to come in and hang on now. The bread.
Yeah.
The combination. Oh, come on now. You ever see the old Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the girl's tasting the thing, she starts turning blue? It's just, and the snozzberries taste like snozzberries.
Oh, yeah.
It's like different flavors are coming around. Wow. Fantastic. It's just a sandwich, but it's a 10. Fantastic. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Joe, thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. That's 10 with Tom, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions about today's show, or the Bradley Beach Business Community Alliance, or about real estate, give me a call, 732-689-2072. Have a great day.